Last night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga. But we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it. And they using niggas songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater, her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Left some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, this hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a roof. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth of Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wookie-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back. We ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God.
Now woo-de-woo, something. Know the police listen, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking now woo-de-woo, something. Nigga cock back and aim and leave you bleeding where you running. Swear to God, nigga.
What's the deal, y'all? All right, man. What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in TNN Trap News Network. Back in this thing, like cracking this thing here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge-ito. You not finna get in nobody's college-ito. Tap in with the tap in to make sure you are, in fact, tapped in with that good tap in with everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network, man. We got a subject at hand. Mr. Viral. Yeah, Mr. Viral. You told me I was off code for sitting down with Blue Devil. I asked you what made it any different for me to sit down with Blue Devil than you sitting down weekly, as of today, you are live on No Jumper News, and as of this weekend, you have sat down with WACK100. You said it's business, but it can't be just business because we're only going to use the viral, not even the viral way, because we ain't gonna speak for Messiah. This is what Mr. Viral himself said. You feel me? So what Mr. Viral said was me sitting down with Blue Devil to talk about black and brown relations was clout chasing. I disagree. I think that the only way black and browns can have positive relations is black and browns have positive conversations. And if I don't sit down with people like Blue Devil or Angie from the Latin Effect podcast, there will be no room for communication and understanding amongst our really brethren races. You feel me? So that's my logic on that. You feel me? That's my logic on that. Mr. Viral disagreed. He said that I wasn't standing on code. Then proceeds to do an interview with WACK100 and talk about absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. The conversation with WACK was one conversation we've seen a million times, where he is not really pressed on anything, is very safe, is very kid gloves. I said it, it's very safe, it's very kid gloves. And when asked specifically about the Nipsey Hussle situation, he's allowed to overtalk, lie, and not challenge on anything. And then goes with the whole, well, do you want to see it? And then everybody gets uncomfortable, and then nobody knows what to say. Hell yeah, nigga, show it. I've been saying that for the longest. Show it. If you got a bullet in the chamber, pull the trigger, big dog. If you got a bullet in the chamber, pull the trigger. Stop talking about it and empty that clip. Stop talking about it. Empty the clip. Bust your gun. If not, sit down and be quiet and stay in a good little boy's place, Cash Jones. But taking it back to Mr. Viral. Per our conversation, I couldn't understand why you would allow someone like WACK100 onto your platform when based off your standards and statements, y'all blue pill, red pill conversation, y'all go against the grain, all this and all that. When y'all went on No Jumper, a lot of people had things to say about y'all decision making. I seen the logic in it. I seen the business in it. Yeah, y'all might have said things in the past about Adam 22. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull the cards you pulled, Mr. Viral. I didn't see it. No, I've seen it. I just don't care. Because y'all moved forward and y'all got a bag. I ain't never mad at the bag. And even if it wasn't, this is what people don't understand. Despite what Adam may or may not be paying anyone, it's free publicity, it's free promotion, it's a way to grow your platform. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not even mad at y'all sitting down with WACK. But what I don't understand is how you can tell me that that's an actual contribution to our culture and you, based off your definitions and logic, are not yourself chasing clout. WACK100 is an extreme detriment to the black population, to the black community, to the South Central situation, all the way to the Pacoima situation. You literally had a blood that's not welcomed by any bloods on your platform, and you can sit here and tell me that that's not detrimental to what we have going on as a Southern California street political structured society. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, what the debate was, Mr. Viral said that I wasn't standing on code. Well, I view standing on code as black and white, if we're standing on code. If we're standing on code based off the political structure of the California Departments of Corrections and Rehabilitation, which is where ultimately all this structure and politics come from, call a spade, despite the fact of, you know, we're on the streets, but I digress. Standing on code would dictate no one who is of a different race is allowed to disrespect someone of a different race. Specifically, no one who is outside of the black community should be allowed to disrespect the black community and be stood with by black people. Well, with that being said, you should not be on No Jumper. That's it. Because it's a platform that, more so than anything, highlights the negatives of black communities. That's if we black and white standing on code. That's if we black and white standing on code. Now, if we're putting things into color, you do what you have to do to grow your business, protect your family, and do what you have to do for your household. That's if we're putting it in color. But if we're putting it in color, there is no staying on code because now we're playing in so many different, well, what about this? What about that? What about that? What about this? When if we're staying on code in a militant aspect, it's all for one and one for all. So, having WACK100 on the stage or having WACK100 on your platform to, number one, go back with the Nipsey Hussle conversation, and there is no real pushback for it. All it is, oh, it's a slander, and yeah, little things were said, but it's no real pushback. It's no real press behind it. There isn't. There's no real press behind it. There's no real behind it. You feel me? And I'm not to say that that's for y'all to put a cape on and go politic or cape for anything behind Nipsey Hussle and WACK situation, but I'm trying to figure out why does he need another platform to talk about that when he talks about it on No Jumper, and then when y'all got an opportunity to talk to him about it, give pushback, he's talking over everybody and not really discussing the situation. But we standing on code? I'm just trying to figure out if we're supposed to be standing on code, what exactly is this code based off your definition? Because like I said in live, if a ninja, it's like your way is the only right way. Now, what I will say is anything to do with WACK is for clout. So the same clout that you say everyone else is chasing, you are now guilty of chasing based off your definition. I mean, chat, am I wrong? Am I missing something? Based off Mr. Viral's interpretation of standing on code, WACK100, who's been publicly braggadocious about, let's say, for example, abusing a senior citizen, i.e. Jay Reed in the No Jumper situation. Isn't that against the code? Well, no, it's not because he's black. Were there not black people during the civil rights who gave up our black leaders? Were there not black people in slavery who gave up our ancestors to, get them caught up when they were trying to free other slaves? I'm calling it out. Mr. Viral, It's only off code when you're not getting no money off of it. If you can get some chili off of it, you're not tripping, bro. You're not tripping. I watched the WACK interview. It wasn't necessary, in my opinion. Now, that's from a personal opinion of looking at it of standing on code. If we're looking at it for the analytics, we're looking at it for the views, we're looking at it for the ticks and the clicks, we're looking at it for the business, it made sense. Just like it made sense for me to sit down with Blue Devil, just like it made sense for me to sit down with and go down to the protest and cover that as doing news and media. It all made sense. Either we're all wrong or we're all right. That's it. That's it. I seen that whole interview viral and that ish was good. That brother got to handle the situation sometimes, even if you agree and disagree. That's it. And we agree to disagree. But I'm calling you out on your cap because you said I'm a whack for clout. That's my opinion. There's no fact behind it. See, I'm not going to do to you what you did to me. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that my opinion is fact. You make your opinions facts. There's no facts in your opinion. There's more than one way to get to the number 10. You want your opinion to be everyone's truth and fact. That was my experience with you. It's on camera. It's documented. That was my experience with you. Now, we're going to have to agree to disagree. Because culturally speaking, you can't justify why a blood who's disowned by all the bloods were on a real platform with dudes politicking off South Central gang culture, Long Beach gang culture, Watts, Pacoima, Los Angeles County gang culture. That doesn't make sense. You can't explain to me why when the conversation of Nipsey Hussle came up, there was no real pushback and he's allowed to say the same BS that he says on No Jumper and everybody just kind of sweeps it under the rug and it's a light little but overall he's over talking the situation unless you ain't tripping because it's for the content. So that goes to my next question of who decides the rules? Who decides what's for content, what's for not? What's for content and what's not? Because I think that the best thing to happen in our content space in a long time is me taking my black ass to go talk to Blue Devil about the issues between blacks and Mexicans and then being down there at the ICE protest and actually covering that and seeing what people are going through. I have yet to see anyone in our space do anything as impactful as that. Let's keep it about our black people then, if that's what we want to go on. I've yet to see anybody cover anything like the Father's Day situation on the Juneteenth in the jungles where all those black men came together to give away over 200 pair of shoes to people in the community and feed all the people in their community. So we can't say everything is for clout on my end because I'm actually making impacts in the community. That's a spade. That's a spade. G Perico got an event where he got an album coming out and all that kind of stuff. I'm out there covering and giving y'all actual media. I'm actually making cultural impact. So I can't see where I get caught up in now it's for clout because it's with the Mexicans, but it's not for clout when it's the nigga who go on everybody's platform and lie. You feel me? I don't know, Reg Dog. It's an interesting way of looking at it. So I just will close it out on this. Chat, I'm going to keep going, but my video, I'm going to end it here. Looking at it from a business aspect, does it make sense for the viral way to sit down with WACK? For sure. For sure. YouTube studio, analytics-wise, oh yeah, that was a great move. I see exactly why y'all did that. And I salute and I applaud and I can respect and definitely proud of them dudes for upping their podcast space and upping their content space and locking in that interview. I could definitely say that. On a standing on code aspect, based off the rules and regulations given to us by Mr. Viral of the Viral Way, you, by your own definition, are off code. Because I've heard you say every skin folk ain't your kinfolk of something to that nature. Now, don't quote me directly, but there are clips of Mr. Viral admitting to the fact that every black person isn't for the help in the preservation in the forward push of black people. WACK has proven to be that black person. Proven to be that black person. You off code. You off code. I am willing to accept being off code for sitting down with Blue Devil after he made comments about the blacks holding Mexicans back, despite the fact that that conversation actually went somewhere, education was spread on both sides, and Blue Devil admitted that he was wrong. I'm willing to accept it. If you yourself, you know what? Not even if you, because the actions and the movements of others shouldn't dictate the actions and movements of myself. I would like to hope that even if you will never say it out loud, you will look at the situation with WACK and you know, yep, I did that for clout. Rich Trapper signing out, TNN Trap News Network. We gone.